everyone. It's me, Mary. Speak your truth. It's Saturday. Hope everyone is doing well today. Have a good Saturday. Having a good weekend. I just got in, um, and I want to talk about. I went to a domestic violence event for my books, and my daughter. We set up to sell, handbags and stuff. That we're doing more events now, and trying to promote my books more, going back to doing more events on them. Since I don't do anything else on the weekend, so I said, hey, I'll go do events. Why not? So we did one today. It was pretty cool, and it was geared towards domestic violence. And I met another author. She spoke, and it was really nice. I have never been a victim of domestic violence. So I don't I hear about it. I sympathize with people, men and women that go through it, because men go through it too. Um, Women is more prone, of course. So I sympathize with that, and my heart goes out. And if I hear somebody that's going through that, I try to help them, you know. So I want to talk about that a little bit, and healing. And today, what happened? Something happened today before I went to the event. Was I talking to somebody? I don't know what happened. I can't remember. It was something about healing. Either was I listening to something before I left? Because I ain't talked to nobody, so I couldn't have been talking to nobody. I think before I left for the event, I was listening to something. And they was talking about healing and stuff like that. I forgot what it was. I mean, watching a video. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, I want to talk about domestic violence and healing. Okay? I'm sorry I'm so scattered right now. I do apologize for that. But I want to talk about healing. First of all, I want to start off with that. And you know what? I don't think we were... Oh, you know what? I remember. Yesterday at work, me and my coworker was talking about forgiveness. We were talking about how people just so easily forgive, and going back to the scripture of forgiveness. And I was telling her that, I always hear people say, yeah, just forgive and go on with your life and let it go. And you know what? That's not what the scripture means. And I think we done had it twisted for so many years, and we just go around just forgiving everybody for everything that they done to us, and it's like it's okay. It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not okay. No, you don't have to forgive and sweep it under the rug and go back for more. No, and you don't have to forgive and deal with the person. No, you don't have to deal with anybody that treats you wrong at all. If anybody don't value, have respect for you, and treat you like you deserve to be treated, you don't have to deal with them, period, at all. I don't care who it is. No, nobody should. No, that's not right at all. So that's what I was thinking about this morning. That's what I was thinking about. So, I want to talk about that. First of all, like me and my coworker were saying yesterday, you got to be healed before you can actually really, really forgive somebody. Because most people that go around, well, I forgive everybody, or I'm just a forgiving person, they ain't even a bit more healed than the man in the moon. You know what I'm saying? They still got to go through a healing process. You know what I'm saying? And, so people easy to pick up all that forgiveness word and put some spiritual smattering over it, make it sound good to make themselves feel better and make the other person feel even better. No, forgiveness, I agree, is for yourself than the other person. You understand? But first of all, you cannot honestly forgive unless you are healed, because you won't ever forget it. And you can tell if you have not forgiven, if you cannot stop thinking about it, and if you're still dealing with it to this day, you have not forgiven. That's a crock of bull, and I'm here because it speak your truth, and I don't care who like it or not. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You have not forgiven. Anytime you sit back and you think about how somebody hurt you or did you wrong, and you fighting that every day, you haven't forgiven them. Because once you forgive, I notice, because I've been healed from a lot of things, And I can tell you, once you honestly forgive somebody, you don't think about it like that. You forgiving them, you let it go, you let them go. You totally let the whole situation go. That's how you know you forgiven. And everything does not have a tag on it that say you should forgive. I'm sorry. And I know people gonna disagree with me, and I'm sorry that you do. That's your opinion. This is my truth. Okay, that's just how it goes down on this one. So no, forgiveness is not always the first thing you do. No, it isn't. Because some people forgive and they let the person back in, and the person do the same thing, and then you forgive and you let them back in, they do the same thing. That's called stupidity. That's what that is. And people say, "Well, that's such and such." No, 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 no. That's not. That's not what. That's not how it should go. That's not what God's. That's not what that scripture means. No, that's twisted. But anyway, that's a part of healing. That's what I want to say. Forgiveness and healing go hand in hand. Understand what I'm saying? You do not allow anybody to come into your life. Also, a man, what like domestic violence? A man come, you meet him. Like one lady told her story tonight. This guy was so nice to her. She married him. One day he did something. I'm not gonna go into detail with the story, but he did something. Then come home. Finally, when he came home, he just brushed it off. She was pissed, like any person would be. You know, especially your husband or somebody you live with or you gonna marry. You know, y'all have a life together, your life partner, whatever. You know, they don't come home and you sitting there like, okay, he was supposed to be here at 9 and it's 5. He's supposed to be at 9 a.m. and it's 5 p.m. and now he walk in the door, no call, don't answer your call, text, nothing. He walk in the door like, okay, everything is cool. Like, you're not supposed to say anything. Like any other woman, she said something. You understand? And she was upset. And that's when he started beating on her. He actually headbutted her, injured her whole eye, her whole face. Headbutted her like 3 times. That was the beginning of the abuse. For a couple of years it went on, he was abusing her. She left back with pajamas on one night and her kid. After being abused again, blind, but damn near couldn't see. So, and I hear about a lot of people, you know, other people tell me this person going through this domestic violence. And I can't tell y'all, ladies, men, mostly ladies I know, but whoever, when somebody come for you like that the first time, that's your last time. Your last time. Okay? That should be your last time. And I know it's easy for me to say, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard for somebody else to do. I get that. Because it's like anything. Please, when they come for you that first time and they lay hands on you, they abuse you, and they do anything, they curse you out. Even that mental, I can't talk, psychological, verbal abuse that people try, that manipulative stuff that people try. They call you out your name, they make you feel degraded, like you less than. They, you know, because a lot of people walking around with low self-esteem. There are a lot of beautiful people in the world, and they don't even realize that they're beautiful because their self-esteem is so low, and they've always been put down by somebody. And a lot of this stuff, you know, as I study psychology, and I tell these people this all the time, most of it starts in childhood, guys. It starts when you're a child, when somebody tell you you ain't gonna make it. You ain't this, you ain't that, you're not pretty enough. You know, you're not good enough, or something happened and you felt like a child molestation or something. It rips away something from your inside. You know what I'm saying? It takes you down a few notches. You know, if you don't have somebody as a child to lift you up. You know, children go through a lot of things. You know, they get out here into this world society and they react, and you wonder why these kids are going to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, they're reacting from something. It's an underlying problem that nobody is paying attention to because everybody's so busy with what is really not important, you know, and the focus is lost off the children, you know, and that's our generation, our next generation, and next generation, and next generation. So, you know, it's a whole lot of structure that's missing as in the upbringing of our children. And then you get up and you like, well, this was done to me as a child. This is how I was taught. I was brought up like this. And you look at the person and you saying, gosh, I understand where you at, but I also know that you can change. Just because you were brought up like that, you don't have to live like that. And I'm a witness to that. I wrote 3 books and I tell my stories and I'm still writing. I'm a witness to that. To a lot of stuff that people don't even know. But I decided to heal because I got tired of fighting my own self, my own demons, my inside demons. Nobody knew that I was fighting my own demons. A lot of times nobody know that you are fighting your own demons. Because if you go about life and you try to cover up things and you do a good job at it and you live a decent life, you take care of yourself, you take care of your kids, you take care of everything that you have to take care of. You're getting through, you're thriving. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. But you're thriving and you're getting through and you're making things happen for yourself and you handle your business. And I've always been the type of person to handle my business. No matter whatever happened in my life, I handle my business. And I've always made it. When people told me I wasn't going to make it, which a lot of people have told me that, especially when I was having kids. And I had my first child, 22. And then I had my daughter. I had 4 kids. And I was having kids. People was like, well, and I got divorced. And people was like, you should stay because of finance. I had a lot of people tell me that. And I'm looking at them like, so I should stay in a bad marriage for money and raise some dysfunctional kids. I don't think so. Okay. I was told, even when I got divorced, that I wasn't going to make it. I was told I wasn't good enough. I was told a whole lot of things growing up. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I saw a lot of things, so I can relate to a lot of more mental abuse, verbal, but not really physical. I wasn't abused physically. But sometimes that mental and that verbal abuse, that hurts you more because that's something that stays in your head. So I got older, and I'm going to tell y'all something. As I got older, I've always been a loner and separate myself from people easily. And people like, I can easily separate myself. If I'm the kind of person I can make up my mind because I control my own mind. I do that well to separate myself from something that I don't want or that's hindering me. Anything that brings me strife, hindering me, I have a way of mentally separating myself from it. I do that so well because I'm that strong in my mind. My mind is very strong. So I know how to pull away. I know how to pull in. I know how to pull back. And if something hurts, I know how to easily get away from it. Even though it may hurt me to get away from it, but I know how to protect myself enough. So that was my defense mechanism. I would just pull away from people. If they hurt me or if I felt anything, I would pull away. People, I haven't heard from you for a while, and for a while, I'll be like, yeah, I know. That's my protection. And that's what got me through a lot of things, even though I didn't heal properly. So I had to still go deep down inside and go through my healing. And I had to go within. I had to pray. I had to change my ways, my thoughts. I had to make when I tell you I had to make so many changes, within myself, and I had to heal. And once I healed, I was able to really forgive y'all. And I'm going to be honest and transparent with y'all. So that's why I come back to this. And I said this to my coworker yesterday, you can't really forgive until you are really healed. So that's a cliche when people say, oh, you just forgive and you go on, you let stuff go. No, you don't. Can't nobody truthfully sit back, I don't think so, and be so honestly transparent 100% and say that. Because most of the time people hurt us, they wrong us, We don't just forget them and keep going with our life and let it go. We can't, because it's not how we're designed. We have feelings. Everybody has feelings. I don't care what you say. You got some type of feeling in you. And when you hurt, you hurt. Understand what I'm saying? And that pain just don't leave you in an instant. You might do like I used to do. You know, throw sugar over shit is what I used to call it. Yeah. I just gone about my day, act like it was all good, deal with the pain, and block everything out and throw all my emotions in a drawer or a box. That's how I lived for years. And people say you're so detached and unemotional. Yeah, I was so detached and so unemotional because all you had to do is do one thing to me, and I detached myself from you, and I put it in a box, and I had categories for people. Everybody had a category, and I had to learn that you can't put people into category and boxes, and I would never let a person get close to me until lately. Lately, the last few years of my life, I've been able to let people get close to me. That really vulnerable to people and open up to them. And it took me a long time. And I'm 47. I'll be 48 in a couple of months. So, imagine going through your life. Now, I was married. I had plenty of relationships. I've always been in a relationship. Except the last few years, before I, started dating again, I was not in a relationship. I was dating, but not in nothing that I could say was worth anything. It was just dating, So, but I did it. I got married. I dated. I always had somebody in my life, and I would just not get too close. And once I got to a certain level, it was a blockage, and you could only come so far, and that was just it. And I just had a wall up, and you were in a box. And as soon as you did something to me, you were in another box. But that was not healthy. That was just the way I handled it because that's the only way I knew how to deal with it at that time. And I'm an Aquarius, so one of my characteristics is to be detached. And but I have feelings and I do love. I've always been a loving person. I love hard, and when I love so hard. And a lot of times I don't. It's hard for me to show that, especially if nobody shows it back to me. It's harder for me to show it because I feel like I deserve what I give. So that's that's how it is. But I still try to express the love. However, once it's reciprocated back, I'm even more loving. But I will let you know that I love you. And if I tell you I love you, you best believe it's true. Because those words don't roll off my tongue like that because I don't love like that. I don't just love people. Well, I just love you. No, I can't lie to you because I don't. And I'm not going to lie. So, it's about the healing. It's about when you heal, you can forgive, and you can be free. And I'll tell you, since I've healed, I'm such a free person. My spirit is free. My heart, I'm just so free. I love myself. I am free, y'all. And that's why I always say that to people, and all this domestic violence. Like I said, I've never been a victim. I just want to reach out and I just say to people that are in a domestic violence situation or any kind of violence, man, if it's mental, physical, verbal abuse is terrible because you got people that will abuse you verbally and they keep you under right under their control. They manipulate you and they have your self-esteem so low and you were high and they just got you down and they keep you down. So abuse is abuse, and all I can say is get help. If you feel any type of abuse, talk to someone that you can trust about it to see about getting help. If you're being abused physically, please try to get out of the situation. I know, like I said, it's easy for me to say because I'm not there. And I haven't never experienced it. And I've heard people say it's hard to leave there or they leave and they go back. I don't know. I know I've been in some verbally abusive situations. And I just healed. And I just proved myself. And I proved to everybody that told me I was not going to be shit. I proved to them differently. Now look at me. My kids are raised. They graduated. They're in college. They're doing good. And I was told I wasn't going to be able to take care of my kids, raise my kids. And I got some great kids. They're awesome. You understand what I'm saying? I did the shit by myself, basically, to tell you the truth. So, with God, of course. Everything's with God. So, I know what it feels like to be abused on some levels of verbal and mental, and still push through and prove everybody that told you you weren't gonna make it wrong. And I let you know who you are. But if I could tell you the people that thought I wasn't gonna make it, because I didn't have a codependency of people, I had a dependency of my higher source, God, Jehovah, the universe. That's who I trusted. That's who I trust now. I don't have a codependency now of a person. I have a codependency of my higher source. I reach for that, and the higher source puts everything else into position for me. You understand what I'm saying? Always. I can attest to that, and 110%. Okay? So, I just want to speak on that, and it's like 21 minutes, and that just did something to me today when I was listening to everybody speak on domestic violence. And then, I thinking about other things. I'm like, this is something that's really real that we don't speak on because we so worried about unrelevant stuff in this world today. Stuff that doesn't matter. And we got these things sitting right in our neighborhood, right in our front porch, right in our face that we don't even address. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this because I met a lady tonight that I'm going to do something with. And I just really feel like if you know anyone, reach out to them, maybe talk to them. I know people only do things when they ready. I know that's what you're gonna say. When they ready, they get help, and I understand that that's so true. Still, talk to them and see how they doing. And let them know you're there, and let them know you have resources. And if you want to hit me up on my IG page or email or whatever on here, I got some contacts today of people that I know can help, directly. So, help other people. So my heart goes out, and I felt terrible, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dang, I know it been on the physical side, but I know what the mental and verbal side really feel like. When you got to pick your own self back up, pat your own self on the back, push your own self through. And it sometimes just felt like it was you. It felt like it was me. And sometimes it was just me. And God, of course. Of course. Always God first. So, I'm going to say good night. Please like, subscribe, share. And I will leave a link at the bottom if you want to contact me, if you need information, you need help, you know somebody. And again, this is Speak Your Truth. And just help whoever you can out here that need help, y'all. We all need each other, and that's for real. All right, and I'm out. Talk to you guys soon.